Alex, we are lovers in a dangerous space-time.
That's a different video game, Mike.
Oh, you're right. That's right. That's a completely different video game, but not the one we're about to play, which is Haven. Haven. I'm playing here on the Xbox Game Pass on PC, but it's also I think it's on it's out on most everything.
Yeah,
I think it's on
optimized for Series X and S.
Yeah, it's on
next gen.
Yeah, consoles and all that other stuff. It's pretty cool. This is their flashy opening, but I'll go ahead and jump into the game here.
And this is I don't remember the studio name, but these are the folks that made Fury, which was launched on PlayStation Plus like 2016, I think.
Yeah, that sounds right.
If you see anything that seems salvageable
I never played it. I never actually played Fury.
I played a lot of Fury. That's Jared Green and I had talked about it a lot.
Yeah, I always heard it was pretty good.
I don't like walking.
It's a boss rush game, so you know it's certainly difficult, but it's cool.
Interesting. Yeah, I would say that's a very different game than this game here. Which like this is kind of I would say like JRPG light in a way.
Okay.
Because like kind of it's a setup here. I'm a couple hours in, like 4 or 5 hours in. This is your two characters here, Kay and oh gosh, I forgot the lady's name. Kay is the guy, and
it's probably a menu that
doesn't say their names there. You, there it is, K and U. That's right. I remember it was like they're both like one syllable. K and U. Here we are. They've basically crash land on this planet that we're on. And they're basically kind of on the run. That's kind of all we know. That's kind of all I know so far. Really, they're kind of on the run. They're trying to survive, and then when they started kind of exploring this planet, it started kind of breaking up into parts. So you can see we're kind of on these like big floating islands.
I'm not seeing any bugs.
And all this crazy rust is what that stuff down there is called appeared. And it's kind of taken over and also corrupt and stuff. We haven't really seen the full deal with like what kind of is causing it to show up, but it's around. But I can fly around here and do this and clean it up.
Yeah, you can clean it up with your magic.
With my boots, these magic boots, and I can fight stuff. We're fighting.
Yeah, and the combat is really. It took me a while to kind of understand that you kind of had to charge stuff up.
Yeah, and like, I do like the combat in this, but I would say like they try and keep it very simple, because I'm literally one character is controlled. You on the right is controlled with the 4 face buttons on a controller, and then I'm with K. I'm using the D-pad, and basically like when I'm holding down a direction or a particular button, that charges up that move. And you basically are kind of fighting enemies, but once they go down like that, I have to pacify them here. So I'll pacify that.
The closest, like comparison, because I tend to like comparing games just for the sake of folks that have played that might understand those.
Yeah.
And it's still different, but the closest I could say is like Invisible, and how that game kind of was very focused on which direction you were. Using.
Yeah, and like there's like the same with that. There's like a lot of tells for certain things, like this enemy in particular. As you can see, it kind of shields its face. Okay, cool. I can pacify it now. I can kind of shield. It's kind of shielding its face, and then once it attacks, it like opens up its face, and that's when you have to attack it. So it's kind of like a timing. You kind of have to timing based attack. You kind of have to pull on that, and you can also shield with with both, and like using a shield will kind of defend.
It's cool.
Yeah, so it's intuitive once you start, but it's not really intuitive in that like how it kind of teaches you how to like fight specific enemies until you kind of get to like there have been like some boss battles, and the boss battles are very much more directed like hey this thing is not working, but here's a strategy to kind of handle this, and like they kind of teach you in the boss battle, but like I've ran it like. But I kind of think I just kind of went out of order in some ways earlier, because I ran into those enemies before and I was like fighting it and had no idea what I was doing. but then fought a boss that kind of just teaches you that whole strategy.
Got it. Has there been like any like upgrades or changes to the combat, like new abilities?
So I've gotten one thing, which once we go back to the ship, I can kind of show off, because I think I got another thing from the last kind of little story bit I did. Once I clear up all this rust, kind of there's like a whole like there's a lot of like crafting and kind of like creating things, because like you're basically kind of like you just kind of have your ship. The whole event that happened earlier on that caused like the planet to
What happened to her?
oh, that's bad. The whole planet to start cracking open and stuff, damaged the ship that you came on. So now you're kind of looking for parts to repair it. And kind of as I've been repairing the ship, they've also been like unlocking like new abilities and new things.
Now that you mention it.
Interesting.
So like I got like a whole thing that shows like now I have like a map I can use to kind of like see where I am. Like they kind of give you that later on, and then they give you like inside the ship you can like craft stuff and like synthesize like different like basic items you can use in battle, so you can like heal or like cure like a status ailment or something like that.
We agree.
But this is kind of where I'm at now. It looks like I might have to go fight that
The big whale.
that big whale guy. The big whale. I've already met one of these earlier. Actually, that I didn't fight,
I'm sure
but it actually serves as kind of like a fast travel kind of system where like
Cool.
that thing kind of shows up in certain spots. There's like these like kind of like green glowy plants that you can kind of like put food on that you make, and that'll attract one of those things, and then you can fast travel.
Yeah, I also like that you're like helping all the creatures. You're not like killing them. You're like purifying them.
Yeah, you're kind of just pacifying them, which is nice. Let's
Yeah,
see.
it is not as about violence as it might seem from the little bit of combat we saw a bit ago.
Yeah, you don't really. Yeah, like you can kind of avoid combat for a large part. It's kind of not central. Yeah, it's definitely not kind of central. Like the enemy, you can see like there's a lot of animals just kind of wandering, and they're kind of just fine and whatever. But then you'll see there's like corrupted ones that have kind of the crystals on them. And if I get near like that guy up there, he'll chase you down, and like can like catch you in a fight. But like you don't really have to fight if you don't want to. And there's also like tons of accessibility options in this that are like pretty nice. That are like, hey, you can adjust like certain difficulties of things, or put more like like markers and waypoints on things, and if you want that stuff too, which is nice. This is also an upgrade here because I'm realizing I'm like going on these flow bits, and I'm flying around. Normally those are just kind of on the ground, but you do get an unlock that lets you go on these ones that like kind of go up in the air.
Yeah,
and you can
can't normally just like stay in the air like that.
Yeah, but this is like a core thing too, is like catching. They call this flow, and there's like a bunch of these trails around, so it's like good to get these because you start getting some abilities that like you use this stuff like as you're kind of like flying around.
Gotta get that good flow.
Yeah, gotta get that hot flow. I'm flying through the air.
It's so like drug sounding.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, there's a lot of vibes to that of like in this game of like it is kind of like cyber kind of like futuristic lo-fi kind of hippie stuff.
Yeah.
This thing is just making. Yeah, this stuff is just making this stuff. So here we go. We're gonna fight it.
Don't be scared.
Let's do it.
We just want to clean off this rust.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, so let's see what we got here. So you can hold both of them down. That's what I'm doing to do that there. Okay, cool. Because you see both of them have blast and impact on the buttons. If you hold them both at the same time, you can do like a combo kind of dual attack like that.
Yeah, what I didn't get initially was that you have to kind of like release it with those like two.
Yeah. There's like kind of like the spiral that you have to kind of time it to.
Yeah, it's not hard, but it's just like I didn't know what to do.
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of a thing of like this stuff is somewhat simple, but like they don't like sometimes they don't always immediately give you like the thing to do it.
Yeah.
So it looks like I need to do these double attacks here.
Yeah, it seems like it's by resisting the single attacks.
Yeah, because it's trying to.
How about we load our attacks ahead of time?
Okay, so it seems like I'm supposed to be like charging and like timing the attack here. Okay, that
Are you
hurt.
okay?
Ow.
Yep.
Like they would go flying back.
Yeah, they
too.
just got freaking
Ready when you
yeeted.
are.
Let's see. Let's do a couple
Now's the
punches
time to
here.
hit him hard.
So they're stunned.
What a missed opportunity.
Oh, okay.
On the same page.
I see what it's saying, but I'm doing enough damage here that I think I'm gonna be okay.
On your mark.
Anytime. What is it?
I'd rather not know. It's go time. Too late.
I feel like it's going by pretty quick too. It's just
Yeah.
like a weird fight,
You know what to do.
Yeah, there it is. I had to attack with one and then the other. So see, like sometimes there's stuff like that where it's like
Bye-bye.
it was trying to kind of tell me kind of like during the fight, like, hey, kind of your timing's off for this, but it's like not
Doesn't
fully.
tell you what to do. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's not. Sometimes it's like not specific
Why is she
enough.
staying here?
Which is like again like this is not like a super hard game, so it's not like the biggest deal in the world, but it definitely felt a little weird sometimes when I've gotten into combat.
Yeah,
with
that when I played the demo over the summer, which is the only bit I've played, but it's kind of like I
So,
think the opening of the
Where are you
game.
taking us?
Nowhere. It
It
seems.
that was
Maybe
like the
in that
exact
case-
experience I had with like releasing at the same time for those duo attacks, where like
To
I
the
had to
next.
do it, and they kept saying like, no, we're doing it wrong, but it wouldn't tell me how to do it right.
Yeah.
It's a small thing, I think, at the end of the day, but it definitely sticks out your first time you pick it
Yeah.
up as fair warning to people.
Yeah.
How's she supposed
And
to
like
know where the nest
I would
is
say like
located?
if you're coming to this game,
Why do you think
I would say
she
like the
got
real
us
thing
here?
is like the kind of interactions between these two characters.
Yeah,
Because like there's a lot, because like they are kind of this boyfriend and girlfriend in a couple situation, and they're kind of on the
Why do they
run.
wanna stomp around
So
a
it's a little
green
bit about
spot?
them trying to find the life that like they want together, so to speak. That's like kind of why they're on the run, and from all kinds of stuff. So there's a lot of like kind of dialogue and interactions between them. That
Yeah, I would
like
say,
kind of
like,
goes into that stuff.
what you're coming to this game for should be like the kind of one-on-one time you get to spend with those characters. That was my
Mhm.
impression.
We don't
at
have to
least.
clean up the whole
Yeah,
island.
for sure.
We don't have to
And
do
some
it.
of the, and like
That's
for the
best
most part, some of that's been good. I think like it can get oh gosh, I'm getting way off here because it's I got to drift. Oh no, there we go. I'm falling. We're okay though.
No, that's an extractor.
I'm not sure where it took me
Ex
actually
Nova
Yeah,
settled
you found
all
an
the way out
extractor.
here?
because I told it to go back to the nest, which is like the ship, but it clearly did not take me back there, and it just took me to this thing.
Maybe it'll take you there now.
Yeah, hold on. Let me get on this.
But I would say I would describe their interactions as very anime.
Yeah, like there's it definitely feels anime inspired. Like the guy, he's kind of very like nerdy.
Each take one.
Oh, that's bad.
Nest. Look at that.
Well, there's a
Careful
nest.
nature at
Yeah,
work.
there
Even
was
covered in
once a
dust,
nest.
The mom is still keeping an eye on her little ones.
I don't think those are
Yeah,
her
and you can kind of like they give you some dialogue options.
Judging
I've not really
You
seen.
can control both
say our
characters
flying friend.
throughout
Yeah.
the game, though.
Yeah, you can swap between them
Why would she
with the
keep an eye
D-pad
on
when
someone
you're like
else's
flying
eggs?
around.
They're not even the same
And
And
but I-
dialogue has you kind of
Okay.
choosing for both of them,
Don't
which
you
is
see the
interesting.
empty shell?
Yeah, and like that really like I'm only a couple hours in, so I've not really see if that manifests into something
I've been trying to
like
tell
because I have gotten some like
No. That's not
not like a character will remember this, but like hey, this character feels like more confident or something like that. I've seen like those
Got it.
Kinda
Yeah, I remember
pop-ups.
those.
coming in when you do pick things, but like I'm not really sure like what they've done. So I think this is another bad guy to fight.
He looks like a bad guy.
Yeah, I think this is what's happening because I've been talking
It
over the
brought you
story,
here.
but yeah, it brought us here to this to its nest. So let's try and save it.
Look who's acting shy when fighting someone their own size.
3
I
monsters.
wouldn't call that acting shy.
Mhm. All right, so I fought in the smaller bugs here.
Ready when you are.
Whoop, I messed up that timing. That's okay though.
Still pretty good damage.
Yeah, I'll pacify that one.
Harvest time.
Okay, I can blast that guy. Yeah, because sometimes like the impacts or blasts only work on certain enemies, and it really doesn't. Again, it's like kind of something you kind of learn as you battle. Oh gosh, that thing's gonna do a big attack. So let's
Saw that.
shield up with one character, and I'll pacify.
Goodbye.
No, as long as since he's shielding, I should be good to. I'll wait for him to pull off his attack though.
And it's real time, like it'll happen eventually, right?
Yeah, it is real time. Yeah, it will just happen. Sometimes it does take a while. Yeah, see here it goes now, and you can block it with. And he blocks it with a shield. I can attack. That didn't really do much damage. Let's try impact. Oh, that's bad. Okay, so looks like blast is.
Work,
yeah, looks like blast is the only thing that's working here.
Bam, eat it.
All right, let's do a double up here.
Duo blast.
Let's do this big
Chew
attack.
on this.
Okay, that did some good damage. So let's shield up again.
Shielding.
Another thing I got, here's the other thing I unlocked. I got charge, which lets me use healing items. So I got some bombs. So I'll use a bomb here
Hang on.
and heal up. You can see like the lights on their suits kind of like change color as you take more damage.
Got
So now they're back to
there's no,
blue.
like, health bar, right?
Yeah, so like you'll see it's kind of like the Dead Space thing where like it'll go to yellow and then red. So we'll charge up.
Whew.
So he blocked that. We'll do another big blast here.
Ready when you are.
All set. Oh, blue. Next time you'll think twice about eating babies. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, a lot of silly dialogue.
I hope
Yeah.
you don't
Fights.
too attached to your teeth.
I like that. Like they're very endearing. I think. Like,
Yeah, Like I think overall they
That's not gonna happen.
there has been some moments where I'm just like, it gets a little cringy, but like, by and large, I've like enjoyed it. Like you said, it is they are very endearing, and like they're very positive, even though they're like in the horrible states they're kind of in,
Yeah.
like kind of marooned on this planet, and just trying to like find a good life. Oh, there we go. It's down. That's all it took.
very much making the best of the situation.
All right, let's go ahead and pacify. There we go.
We make a good team.
Nice chill now. He's like, I'm gonna just leave now.
Yeah, he's like, all right, peace.
Yeah, that's it. Get out of here. Hope I don't see your face ever again.
I'm
No more
surprised,
baby.
Kay. I thought you would
No
start
more.
lecturing about the
No
different
eating
paths of
babies.
survival. Chuck,
Yes, everyone has
I
its
don't remember. I
place.
feel like I don't
except
think
the
I
baby
distinctly
eaters.
recognize either of these voice actors either.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so either.
I'm sure that's the reason.
They may have been some smaller
alright,
games,
then I
but
guess you can bring us back now.
But it helps them stand out. You know, it's not like voices that you're as familiar
yeah,
with.
you're just like, oh, here's Nolan North as this young
Can't
boy
we stick
again,
around a bit
or something
longer?
like that. Yeah, totally.
In these swamps?
What I was
This is a
also
nice
trying to find
change
out
of
is if Haven takes place in the same
Okay.
universe as
Oh, as Fury,
Fury.
be interesting. Okay, so we
because they
saved,
do have a similar style.
So we helped. We helped this buddy out here. So hopefully maybe it'll listen to us now. Yeah, here we go. So now I can go. I'm gonna go back to the ship.
Oh, cool map, got it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like once you kind of do like some initial beginner stuff in the game, you do actually get like a map you can like look at and select. You don't start with that initially in the game, but like you get it like in an hour or so.
Yeah,
Thanks, friend.
and
Cool.
this is also playable cooperatively.
Yep. Yeah, you can play it in co-op. Yeah, there's like a kind of a little thing that pops up when you first start the game, and it's like, hey, controllers recommended, and you can also play in co-op.
That's
So
cool. I wonder if like that splits up those dialogue choices because that could make that a little bit more fun.
yeah, that would be pretty cool if they. I'm sure that maybe that is how that works. That'd be pretty cool. So now we're back at our ship. It's kind of actually gotten kind of dark out, so yeah, we'll go.
This ship is much nicer than the one that you start with.
yeah, because you do build it up a little bit, because that's kind of what I've been doing.
The greenhouse is open for business. I've already planted a couple of things.
greenhouse
We
now
can add
too?
more as we find them.
Mm-hmm. We got a greenhouse
As long as we
now.
don't plant any apple dews.
I don't think we'd be able to anyway. Fruits need a lot more space than this. But we could definitely try with pretty much any medicinal plant.
There we go.
Much like all
Sounds
other
useful.
video games, you can't just have apples in this game. They have to be like some kind of fantasy.
Yes,
apple.
they are apple dews.
Welcome to your new home, my little plant. I hope you will be able to prosper.
Maybe they're
and
just
live in good
apples,
health.
but they don't know that
Because
they're
your
named
health
apples.
is
They look like space apples. When
They
I've
look
gotten
like
them.
space apples.
Yeah, because I have gotten some. So I think it's too late to kind of do a bunch of stuff here, but I'll show it off once we sleep. So I'll sleep first.
Yeah. Is jarring, I think, going to like that first person perspective.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. It feels like I feel weird when I'm in this section. It's like voyeuristic because I'm like they're just like doing their stuff and you're just kind of like wandering around as they're doing stuff and it's like
they're both out and about.
I wasn't able to go back
Yeah.
to sleep, so I went ahead and tested it. Want to hear about it?
Yeah, okay. But real quickly, because...
All right.
Oops.
So we figured out that
science.
rust was not a mineral matter.
I skipped over
nor
something
was it
accidentally,
organic
but
matter. So what else is left?
it's PP.
it's pee-pee.
That's all I'm gonna say.
It's the
I
middle
love
of the
that they
night.
say
I
it,
am not
too.
awake. I'm definitely not playing charades.
Okay. So considering that the rust is neither mineral nor organic, nor is it PP, it could be flow.
There's so much like
Cool.
dialogue written
But
around the
you
choice
could've
that you
just
make.
asked
It's
me.
so funny.
Yeah.
Tell it's not flow because flow is blue and all flowy. This is
That's I
red and
remember
all
that
hard.
standing out before
I'll
too
have
in
you
the
know
writing.
that I
Of,
just
like,
completed the test.
anytime
and the
you
rust
get a choice,
molecules are
they will
precisely
take
the
a
same
minute.
as those in flow.
Yeah.
They'll get tangential and
Kinda
it's
like
fun.
water and ice, if
Yeah,
you will, just not
and yeah,
the
they
same.
have like a good bounce
That's why
back and
flow, in the
forth
form as we know it,
between these
has
two,
such
and
a
I
strong
think that's
effect on
definitely
the
been nice
rust.
too. Of like
The
it's just been these two
molecules are
characters this whole time.
binding,
Like
and-
I've
Yeah.
not seen any other
Sorry to interrupt,
characters
but
yet in
are
this
you almost
game.
done?
That's
I
that's
guess
part of
that
like
depends
what
on
I
how
think
detailed
is
an
the
explanation you
endearing
need.
factor is like
The
you're
least.
just kind of with
Then I'm
these
done.
two, so you're
Okay,
gonna get to know
thanks.
them. So even if you
Gotta
don't
pee.
like a part about one of them, like I think you get more organic context for it as
Yeah.
you get to know them better, which is cool.
Totally. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Okay, so we're all healed. We healed up from some sleep, and now that we're in the house or their ship, I'm rather.
Show them like hanging out because we didn't really see that before.
Yeah, where are they? Let's see where they're at. Here they are, just hanging out here.
So like we're
They wanna
just somebody else, I guess.
Yeah, we're just here like watching them live their lives. I'm
Floating eyes.
just here. I'm just gonna hang out in this corner, guys. Don't worry about me.
Don't worry about me.
It's a little weird. It took me a while to like just like
Yeah.
man, this is weird. So yeah, I've unlocked a couple things to do in the ship now as well. So you can, the first thing you kind of get is cooking. So like you can see, I've grabbed a bunch of ingredients ready. Like I got some apple dews. That's what they're called, the space apples.
Space apples, yep.
And you can just kind of here. I'll do some apple dews and this stuff, spicy apple dew. And you see, it gives me some effects down there. The DNA little kind of thing that's been popping up. That is kind of like the general like level up. Like you're kind of like leveling up system.
I don't get it. People always make a big deal about salty sweet, but never peppery sweet. Which it
See, the
turns
apples look
out
more like
is
apples on your plate.
delicious.
Yeah,
Anything
now
that
they
seemed
do here.
delicious to
Yeah.
you, seeing your diet in the last few days,
True, but don't let that take away from your cooking talents.
you're just wanting to finish my plate, aren't you?
Since you're offering.
Yeah. So that's kind of like your level up. You're kind of leveling up thing, and that gives you kind of like a more. Once you get kind of
What are you looking for?
hit the
My necklace.
the
You know,
level
with
up,
the
you'll kind
metal-
of see like you'll get like another kind of celebrating kind of moment, which we might actually get since I'm pretty close.
Yeah.
We'll
Where's
share
the
that
first
off,
place you look
but
for?
that'll give you like
I'm
some
asking because
other
you usually
stuff,
find
like some
things
like
in the first place
potentially
you
like abilities and
where it's supposed to
like
be,
more
around my
HP and
neck.
stuff like that.
And it's not around my neck.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just trying to help.
If you want to help me look for it.
I'm looking. You know we'll find your medal eventually. The nest isn't that big.
What if I lost it outside?
Yes. That would be a problem. Worst case scenario, we can make another one. Which do you want? Medal for best cook? For distinguished service under the sheets?
You don't understand. I've always had that medal. Since I was a baby. This is the last memory I have of my parents.
Okay. In that case... and you never take off your medal.
No. Except when I shower, I guess. The string doesn't do well in water.
So? Did you check out the shower area?
Well,
Love that reaction.
yeah. Oh,
Got it! You're the best, you!
It's not like there was a lot of competition.
yeah. There you go. As easy as that.
The
And again, I like that there's like organic scenes just kind of happen.
Yeah.
As you're doing stuff.
Yeah, those scenes will just kind of happen as you kind of like, you know, as you're just kind of playing through the game and as you come back to the ship specifically. So what else? So there's crafting. This is where you do the you kind of get like when you kind of go through those rush fields and you kind of pick up pieces. As you can see now, I have them to craft. So I'll put a bunch of these in. And it's a balm for curing.
Oh, yeah.
So that's kind of how you get those items for battles and stuff that I used earlier. So I'll do a couple more just in case, since I have a bunch.
Is it like a specific recipes for things, or is it
Yeah. So basically, yeah, there is like a specific recipe. Because I'm basically like the other game. I'm just kind of holding down a direction on one side. Let's see. It seems like once you kind of pick one, because there is a way to get different ones, but like you can't really like select them. It is like you're taking
maybe
particular
you
things.
can only
Oh, actually, there we
mix
go.
and
Never
match certain
mind.
things.
There it goes. So you actually with this one you can choose them. There it is within the bumpers. Yeah, so you can choose them. So let's go ahead and put those in. So that they do. It looks like they do cost different things, different amounts.
Got it. It's all the same resources.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we got that. I can't enhance anything. I don't know if like I just got this garden, so I'm not sure if there's anything you do specifically.
Don't you think it should be growing?
It's growing. We just need to be patient.
Okay. So just that'll hang out there.
Check on it probably every now and again.
Yeah. So we'll go.
Synthesize. Well,
Yeah. So there's a couple things. So we'll do the celebrating thing here. So this is kind of like you're leveling up.
There's an uprising in the apiary. The factories on down are at a standstill. Beauty is complete havoc. The revolutionary forces have stood heavy losses, but everything could still change. The remaining able-bodied survivors have taken up arms and gather on top to launch the last offensive. Your many years working in a revolutionary cell have turned you into a natural leader. The crowd behind you is awaiting instructions.
Let's see.
love that role play.
Yeah. I march on the council.
I march on the council.
Some of the revolutionaries in your group have taken issue with your decision. They wanted to put an end to the matchmaker's dictatorship, but they cannot imagine a society without the council.
Borons.
They're wanting to split up. They head for the matchmaker.
Let them do it.
Let them do it. We don't need these cowardly cowards.
The raging mass quickly splits into two groups. Most of the revolutionaries are still behind you, but you can feel that their confidence has been shaken. You finally arrive in front of the council's palace. But as you start ramming into the doors, they open on their own, unleashing an army of Hornet drones who are hiding inside.
Loot!
The Hornets charge. They neutralize your first line within a few seconds. Some of them are moving swiftly towards your flanks. They're trying to surround you.
Retreat.
I order a retreat.
You shout your order, but it's too
Oh
late.
no.
You are too disorganized, but especially you are too few. The line of Hornets manages to cordon you off. You are trapped, stuck in place. Through one of the Hornets' audio chat, you can hear that the other group has had the same fate. You feel the end coming.
Oh no.
The revolution has been stifled.
Gasp.
Suddenly, right under your feet, a trap door opens. You see Kay signaling for you to come down.
Hey, pretty boy.
No time to chat. You go down the ladder. The underground tunnels lead you to a secret spatial port where the nest is awaiting you, ready to take off in case things take a turn. And take a turn they do. Kay takes your hand to lead you in.
I kiss
Getting
him.
horny now.
After being routed
Hell
by the
yeah.
Hornets, the touch of his lips feels very comforting.
It's
Kay
too
lays his hands
wholesome to
below
be
your
horny.
hips.
Yeah.
Let's be casual about it.
Mm-hmm.
Fair warning to everyone that's gonna
Take
play
his
this.
T-shirt off.
Yep.
He allows you, then helps take yours off. Your breasts are pressed against his burning chest.
Although this
His hand
roleplay
behind
section,
your
he's
neck.
like going for it. Dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Shiver
Yeah.
goes through your body. You could no longer hear the commotion outside.
It's a celebration, you know what I mean?
Captured by the taste of
Yeah,
his saliva,
it's a full horny celebration.
the smell of his sweat.
Oh, there we go.
I let him have his way.
Kay's lips slide along your cheek. His hand slides
He's
along
loving
your
this.
spine.
Are the other celebration
You can
events
feel his
also
fingers
like this?
through
Or are
No,
they different?
no, they've
and his
all been a
gaze
little different.
sinks his teeth
Cool.
into your neck.
That's what I was saying. I
Okay,
feel like I
stop.
saw a different one that
Stop
wasn't
talking.
like a role play.
Show me.
There you go. Your charge duo attacks. It's a little looks like they're a little stronger. That's cool. Max health increase.
You know, like as like red face cringe as it can be, like I do appreciate the game's like just very open. You know, like
Yeah.
it doesn't shy away from relationship people who bicker or argue or have sex or love each other or get on each other's nerves. It's very like honest, which I appreciate.
Yeah, it just kind of goes, and it is what it is, which is
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, it doesn't like, it's not like anime in that they're like, oh, and like somebody's like nose starts bleeding. Like it doesn't do anything as
Yeah,
cringy as that. I think.
yes. They don't like overtly sexualize characters and weird things like that. They just kind of
Yeah, they're just people. They're a little bit more organic than that.
and they make it work. So I think I'm kind of just like now I'm just kind of open here. Since I can pull up a map here and then see kind of where I'm going. But I think that's like a good showcase of this though, really.
Yeah, because you just kind of wander around, right? There's no necessarily like you need to go do this.
Yeah, there's kind of just the overarching like, hey, you need to repair your ship, and you're kind of getting finding pieces of the ship like throughout this kind of, or like various like remnants of like maybe a civilization that was here before. There's some stuff like that as well. That's kind of like the, I guess if you want to call it the larger main plot or whatever. But other than that, yeah, you're kind of just you're kind of just
Sure this one is right.
you're kind of just flying around these environments. There's creatures around. Sometimes you'll have to fight them. Sometimes you'll not. That's usually kind of more tied to some of that main story stuff when you come across that stuff.
Yeah. And you're just kind of going from screen to screen.
Yeah, you're just kind of.
saw.
You can see. Yeah, you're just kind of going around these different spots. I can hang out this lizard. What's up, dude?
Scratch this lizard.
Who's that? Oh, you are. Yes, you are.
I wonder if there's like a purify all the animals type like achievement or something, or if like that's constant.
I could see that because like when I've kind of like pacified enemies in areas, they're like still around as like the normal creatures. They're just wandering around after that.
That's cool.
So I could see it. I could totally see something like that being the case.
Space apples.
I got some space apple dues. I can't get over. I don't think I can get over there yet because there's no little flying thing. But yeah, I think that's Haven.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's out now. It's on. I've been checking it out because I feel like it was one of those games that kind of came out in the big next gen zeitgeist that people might have missed.
So what's the plan
Yeah.
exactly?
That and like the
Walking right
pathless
back-
maybe.
Yeah,
This is the path we took when we were
There's
separated from
some
them.
cool games that came out that I think they're worth
Glute.
people
I
checking
might have
out.
been a bit
I might have
distracted.
just missed it and
Should we turn around
something that
then?
might interest them.
Whatever
So
works
you
for
know,
Yeah, Haven seems really cool. And again, very different than a lot of the other stuff out right now.
yep. I'm gonna jump off here. Yeah, and it's on Game Pass too, so it's like it's pretty easy. Game Pass continues to be very good, so it's check it
It's
out.
good vibes.
Check out the sunset.
And it looks really pretty.
Yeah, it's really pretty. It's really gorgeous. It has like a very nice like soundtrack as well. I'm really digging the soundtrack. Sometimes I'll just make out like this too. That happens.
That's so funny.
And I get +1 health. So there you go. That's Haven, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out, Mike.
Yeah, thanks, Daya. Thanks, Alex, for hanging out. And everyone stay safe, and we'll see you again another time. Bye.
Bye.